The Jets fall to the Patriots 25-22. 5 straight losses for the Jets. 3 losses since Robert Saleh was unceremoniously fired. I am fully expecting at some point Rodgers is going to say, or it will be leaked by Rodgers' camp, what did you expect would happen when you fire your coach 5 games in? He was supportive at the time. It was a no-lose proposition for him. I'm going to be the hero, and if it goes sideways, it's not my fault because what do you expect when you fire the coach 5 games into the season? And you put all these obligations on Jeff Ulbrich, and you shuffle the cards, and everybody's got to figure things out on the fly, and things are going to get lost in translation. And here they are. And they've been favored in 2 of the 3 games.
Yep.
They've lost 3, and they've been favored in 2 of them. And the most recent one yesterday, some strong comments from Davin Godchaux, the Patriots, about how Rodgers doesn't look like himself anymore, can't move. Yeah. I could run him down.
Right.
Maybe I could run him down.
Hey.
Godchaux was saying he could run him down. Maybe I could run him down.
Well, this is I was trying to say this in the spring. Can Aaron Rodgers play the way Aaron Rodgers thinks he can play? And the answer is no. And that's why they have to stop bowing and playing just the way he wants to play. The way he wants to play is like 5 years ago, Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, and he's not capable of carrying the team that way anymore. He's not, nor is he, the aggressive decision maker like we've talked about and throwing the ball down the field and doing any of that stuff either. So that's where, Rodgers, of course, is one of the greatest ever. And he was all the amazing physical tools, but then he was a little bit, even in his prime at times, where you're like, wait, that guy's open, just throw the ball. Wait, no, I can wait for something better. Let me hop around. I'm Aaron Rodgers. Zoom, laser for 30 yards. That's what made him great. And I feel like at times he still thinks he's going to pull off that type of magic and do that type of stuff. And no way. I mean, the Jets, it's unbelievable. They're the biggest disappointment in the NFL this season. There's no doubt about that. It's no question. 2-6 with this roster and the way it's looked, and to lose to teams like the Patriots the way they did and some of the teams that are lesser than them this year, it's pretty incredible. And Aaron Rodgers, when he did close his eyes into the darkness last night, he had to be thinking a little bit like, man, what have I done? What have I done? Green Bay was pretty good. I came here. I've torn an Achilles. Now I'm playing like crap. We're 2-6. And people are one of the last things people are going to remember me about my career is the Jets and this failed experiment. And, man, it's just not a good look by the Jets, anybody. And, yeah, they do miss Robert Saleh. There's no doubt about that as well. He was the energy a little bit on that sideline and got their defense playing hard and playing crazy. And we don't see that right now in New York either.
There will be plenty of time for this, but I'm still tempted to at least articulate this thought I have. 2 things. One, I don't know why I don't know why so many of the people who do what we do for a living thought that it was just going to be snap your fingers and it's Aaron Rodgers again. I had concerns. You had concerns.
Yeah. I mean, I ranked him 15th or 14th
MVP,
in my quarterback rankings.
MVP of the league this year.
Right.
What are you smoking?
I know. I saw people with quarterback lists saying he's the 4th best quarterback in football, the 5th. And I'm going, what year are we in? Is this 2017 or 2024?
I said multiple times throughout the offseason he needs to play like he did the year that he had the calf injury and he was on one leg. He can't try to run around. He can't try to be mobile. The spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. You can't do it anymore. You're 40. Welcome to 40. You're gonna have a swollen knee. You're gonna injure your ankle. You're gonna have a hamstring. I think what we're gonna see, and this is my other point, I think at some point he's just gonna slip onto IR. And that's gonna be it. And then the question will be, does he try to find a redemption year for 2025? Will anyone want to make him a starter? Is there a place he thinks he can go where the deck is stacked in his favor and he can get redemption and leave on a high note? I think he's just going to have to accept the fact, you know what, Jerome Bettis, Michael Strahan, John Elway, not many guys get to walk out on a high note. I'm not going to get to walk out on a high note.
No, he's definitely not. And I think he's partly to blame for some of that too, and the way he plays, the way he handles himself in Green Bay.
You've really come over.
Well, listen, I just call it like it is. I just call it like it is.
I'm still going to take credit for it.
And good, you can. And the speaking of the flaws of the offense and all that, and him never wanting to really grow his total knowledge of different plays, different things teams do, the motions, whatever else, and wanting to go, wait, no, this is what I like. I just want to keep it simple and do that. That's affected their football team. It's their offense is, one of the lesser imaginative offenses in all of football because of that. And the fact that they couldn't move the ball consistently on the New England Patriots defense yesterday and score more points, and especially, until late in the football game, that was bad. The defense, I think, might be more embarrassing with as talented as they are, never being able to make a big spot. And then it's also something else all the time, too. They just find ways, whether it's missed field goal because their line's been horrible as of late, or a big punt return by Jones that set up the go-ahead score, or the score that, it was the go-ahead score, that put the Patriots up in the third quarter. It's just always something with the Jets right now. They cannot play clean throughout a football game.
It really is amazing for a guy who's supposedly so smart that he's so rigid and set in his ways and isn't willing and hasn't been willing to expand in a way that would add to his legacy.
Yeah, right.
It's just touchdown to interception ratio. That's all he cares about.
I think about it all the time and go, man, what would Aaron Rodgers have looked like if he just let Matt LaFleur run the offense that Matt LaFleur has been running the last 2 years with Jordan Love? I'd go, man, Aaron Rodgers, you would have won the MVP and a Super Bowl if you just let Matt LaFleur coach the offense and show you some of the plays that he does and motions and do all that. But instead, we're worried about check. We got to throw a slant. We got to throw a screen pass, and I got to throw for 80% and keep the TD interception ratio low, right? And it's just not the way you win football games this day and age in the NFL. And they're not going to win games this day and age in the NFL with dink and dunk passing. The one thing I will say, they did push the ball a little bit down the field yesterday that was encouraging. But still, for the talent they have on that side of the ball, they're not nearly explosive enough on the offensive side of the ball. And the defense has got talent everywhere, and they create no plays. They make no big stops and let the Patriots convert third downs throughout the football game. Really embarrassing by the Jets.
I mean, the bottom line is they went into a spot where they were playing a one-win team, and they lost.
Yeah,
and
right.
They're now tied with the Patriots for the bottom of the AFC East, and it's not quite put a fork in them time, but it's getting
real close. It is
we
close.
Might be there by the time we put the fork in the turkey coming up in about a month. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.